Alright, hello everyone, and today I have a treat for you guys. I am going to go over Octavia today. So Octavia is actually a big Warframe fan favorite. So she just recently got her Prime, which kind of was a surprise, not gonna lie. And I was super excited when they announced her because I love Octavia. She's probably my second favorite frame in all the game. So, um, I had to get her. Literally, I was just like, I need Octavia because I love Octavia. So I am with the community here. I love Octavia. She is amazing. Um, and she's super fun. I mean, she's probably one of the funnest frames to have to own. And you can be super creative with her. That's probably her most unique trait with her is that you can be super creative with her, and it's just fun to use her. I mean, that's all I can really say. But obviously, I think most of the people would consider her like a bard or like a dancer or something like that, something of the sort. I think she's considered a bard, but yeah. So to that, guys, we are gonna do our versus today with Octavia. And yeah, so let's get in here. Alright, so I actually have two different builds on my Octavia. The current build I have on her is my just normal build I usually have on her. I do have one that is made for her energy to be super max, like you get it constantly, pretty much. So she's got a constant flow of energy. That is her other build that I have for her. And these are my own builds, so guys, don't judge my builds unless because I never show you my builds when I'm actually doing these videos. So if you say, oh, your build sucks, it's like, how? You guys haven't even seen my build. So just an FYI on that, guys. I'm not gonna take that lightly. If you guys say something like that to me in the comments again, I will delete your comment. I am not kidding. I do read my comments, so just know that if you say something negative like that again, I will make sure your comment doesn't see the light of day. So, yeah, so just an FYI, guys. So don't be judgmental, guys. Come on. Seriously. I appreciate those who point out things on these videos. I appreciate you doing that. You're cool if you do that. But don't be so rude about it, because other than that, I'm gonna just delete you right off the comment section. So, just know that I do read my comments, guys. But I'm not gonna answer everyone. I'm not gonna reply to everyone. I'm not gonna like everyone. So, but just know that I do keep my eye on my comments. So, yeah. So, anyways, so this is my Octavia Prime. I actually have two versions of Octavia Prime. I have this one, and then I also have one that's kind of like hot pink, and black. But this is obviously my main, colors for her. She looks good. Okay, sorry guys, my cat wants to go out. Here, go ahead, bud. So, Octavia is one of those frames that she looks good in a crap ton of colors. I mean, you could put probably any color on her and she would look great. So, but I've always been fond of like blues and purples on her. So, you'll see on my regular Octavia, I have purple as well on her. So, it's pretty common for me to have silver and purple on her. So, just an FYI to you guys. By the way, this is her actual Prime set. So her armor set and her Saidana, there we go. I was looking for the word. So if you guys are wondering what they actually look like, that's her actual Prime set that she comes with. I actually bought the accessories because I love her so much. But I built her from scratch like I do all my Primes. So, yeah, and I actually have her, these are her default weapons. So these are the weapons that normal Octavia comes with. These are just the regular ones. We obviously have the Prime ones now. I do not have the Prime one yet, but I figured it would be appropriate if I brought her actual weapons on with her. So these are her actual weapons. So yeah. And of course on the right hand side we have her abilities. She has Mount, Resonator, Meldome, Metronome, sorry, and Amp. So, one thing with Octavia is she does damage, and she also is support. So, her support side is, I mean, if you use any of her abilities, you'll give your allies a boost, literally, on any of them. So, that's one good thing about her, is that she's two things at once. So she's offensive and she is support as well. So she's fabulous because of that. And I don't think most people realize that she gives like boosts to your allies too. I don't think people realize doing that. So in a way, you're helping your friends as well. So I mean, she's win-win, literally. So yeah. All right. So. And obviously, like I mentioned, guys, she is you can be very creative with her, and you will see why in a moment. So, alright, so let's go in our spawner here. Let's... I'm actually kind of thinking about turning invisibility on for me now, from now on, just so, we don't die when we're trying to show off her abilities. I think we're gonna do that this time. But let's clear our enemies here. And... she doesn't really, like, go with many enemies, I would say. She's kind of just her, you know? We don't really have, like, enemies that are, like, musically inclined or anything like that. So, I think we'll just kind of pick a random enemy, I think. Maybe we'll pick a harder, like a harder build enemy, like a Nox or something, just because I know her abilities together, they're really, really strong. So, maybe we'll do some Hyena Masters. No, let's do some Heavy Gunners, actually. We don't do Heavy Gunners much. Let's do, like, 10. And then we have invincibility on for us, just so we can have, a little bit of an advantage so we don't die. Because I've kind of was thinking about that the last one. I was like, maybe I should turn that on for you guys, just so you guys can actually see her in action. I don't die because of the enemies. But, so, obviously, first ability is Mallet. Of that guy. And Mallet, as you guys can see, creates a circular area around wherever you had dropped it, and then kind of like a beat. Dun dun dun. And if you guys didn't already see that it took out those heavy armors in no time, this is why Octavia is epic, guys. Because her crowd control is ridiculous. So Mallet is essentially kind of just a continuous beat area. So it's a certain area, as you guys can see. You can see the area when you put it down. And it, if you didn't already notice, it causes damage. Like I said, all her abilities cause damage in some way. And it helps your allies as well. So let's spawn these boys back in. Maybe we'll raise their level a little bit. Let's make it like 25. Just to see. Because my Octavia is very strong, guys. We can already notice. See, she took out that group like no time. This is her weapon in action. It's kind of like a little mini machine gun. This is her main gun. So the main weapon is kind of a mini like machine gun. we're gonna spawn them back in. Then we're gonna use our next ability. Don't mind me trying to get on my crouch here. Then we're gonna use Resonator. And this spawns a ball that is mobile, as you guys can see, and the enemies are attracted to it. So they'll follow it around. And as you guys can see, they're slowly getting hurt by it. You guys are watching their bars. When they get too close. I'm actually gonna pull out my second, there we go. And this is her handgun, her secondary weapon. So it's a little handgun. I think it's a 6-shooter, I think. That's how it acts. Yeah, it's a little 6-shooter gun, pretty much. So it's a fun little gun, if you want to be a cowboy. A gunslinger. And the thing with her weapons, her abilities, is that you can activate all of them at once. And they will add to each other. So, let me do my mallet. And you'll notice the Resonator will go for the mallet. And now... it's a rolling around ball of death, pretty much, is what it becomes when you combine the two. So that is one of the big things with Octavia, is that her abilities, they all work with each other. So they're beautiful because of that. So let me do it again. Here's Mallet, and then here's the Resonator. And you guys probably already noticed, she has some sick beats. This is what makes her creative. This is what makes her so fun to use. And my Octavia, I have not used default song in my Octavia since I've gotten the regular Octavia. I actually have custom songs on my Octavia, and we'll talk about that a little later. But if you guys did notice, so you notice that Mallet and Resonator combine with each other, and they pretty much becomes a ball of death that just roams around, that makes its way around. And it knows where the enemies are, but I think it mostly technically kind of follows you around. But, it does serious damage just because it's moving around with you and everything and stuff, so. And I believe it does boost your allies, like I mentioned earlier. We might have to pull up her actual ability list just to see. Because I think they give everyone certain boosts, like certain ones give everyone certain boosts and stuff. Okay, so now you guys know Mallet and Resonator combined. Now let's add our third one. Our third ability is Metronome. And as you guys can see, it's slowly hurting them as well. With Octavia is make sure you guys have her abilities all together, because she does the most damage when they're together. So I'm gonna do that actually right now with these last 5. So there's Mallet, Resonator, Metronome. You guys will see that I'm getting boosts at the top next to my shield and health. Those are the boosts I'm talking about. Those are the ones that you'll give to yourself and as well as your allies. And like I mentioned, they're better together. Her abilities are better together, and her boosts for everyone are better together as well. So it works for all of us. So it works for everyone in your squad, including yourself. So she is fabulous because of that. And that's where her support comes in, because it's added to our allies as well. And then we have our final ability, guys, which is Amp. This one, I usually spawn this one first. I activate this one first usually, because this instantly gives your abilities boost. And you'll notice that it shows up on the ground as actual, I'm not quite sure, spikes, wavelengths, depending on what ability is activated. So it's like you're inside a freaking sound editor. It's crazy, actually, if you think about it. As you see, it gets boosted the more abilities I use. It's certain ones too, like the spikes are going off of the metronome. So, as you guys can see, her abilities work with each other and they work in harmony. So she literally is harmonizing her abilities together to create this massive, like, field of bonuses for us and our allies, and as well as just damaging enemies, slowing them down, making them follow and everything. So she is ridiculously great because of that, and I love her because of that. So to that, let's add some more energy here. And I think now that you guys have like the basics of the abilities down, like I said, it's best to use them together because they help your allies, help us, and they help obviously us slow down the enemies, also take them out. So this is why people love her, just because she can do two things at once, and it's ridiculous, and it's just fun. It's crazy fun to use her. I mean, I can't say how much fun I have had with Octavia since I've had her. This is why she's definitely my second favorite frame of all time, just because she is so awesome. So, I think, guys, it's time for us to have a little game. So, I'm gonna obviously show you guys. So, obviously, regular Octavia and Prime Octavia, not gonna have much difference, but because she is fun to use and she is creative and I have custom songs on her, I'm gonna see if you guys can tell me what songs I have on her. And then at the end I will reveal my actual song list so you guys can see what you can do with her exactly. I will go over her fun aspect for you guys, don't worry about it. But anyways, so let's jam, guys. Let's have a jam session. Let's go. And even better, alright, there we go, guys. So let me know, guys, what song that was, and I will reveal it at the end of the video. And to that, let us swap to regular Octavia. And by the way, guys, this is what regular Prime Octavia looks like. I have not changed her in any way, just her colors. So this is literally what she looks like normally. And I don't think I'm ever going to change her just because she looks really cool. So, anyways. Alright, guys. So, swapping to regular Octavia. And I love my Octavias, guys. I don't care which one I'm using, actually, honestly. But, this is my regular Octavia. This is her deluxe skin, by the way, guys. Yes, she does have a deluxe skin already. Her deluxe skin is pretty sweet looking. It's pretty slick. And, I'm actually getting compliments on my this Octavia specifically a lot. Just because people like the colors I have chosen for her, so thank you, I appreciate it, guys. I love my badass silvery Octavia, so. And I actually have a different song on this Octavia, guys, so I want you guys to listen carefully when we have our jam session at the end. See which song you guys can tell what it is. But, obviously, as we do, we're gonna pull out our enemies just so you guys can see. The only thing that I have noticed that is different with the Octavias is that depending on what skin you have on them or what type they are. So if you notice, the resonator ball is slightly different. That's gonna be the biggest difference I think your Octavias will have, is your resonator ball. So let's pull it out. As you guys can see, it looks slightly like sharper. It looks more like my skin, if you guys looked at it closely. Well, if you were paying attention to Octavia Prime's ball, it looked different as well. So, that is the biggest difference I think Octavia will have compared to her Prime, is that her resonator ball will be different. But like I said, it also depends what skin you have on her as well, that I've noticed. Because like this is her deluxe skin, for example. The ball looks a lot sharper and it looks a lot more metallic-y. So, yeah, so there's that. That's the major difference I've noticed with Octavia, that I've noticed since playing her for so long. She has this skin, she has a regular skin, and then she has her, I'm trying to think. There's a Tenogen Skin she has that as well. That's really cool looking. I actually think I might pull it out for you guys, just so you guys can see it. But she has probably her three skins are probably they're all cool. I'm not gonna lie, I love every single one of her skins. So, I believe this next one, yes. So this is the Tenogen Skin, guys. She kind of has like flowing, like kind of like her her feather, I guess you should call it, on top of her head, but she has two flowing like bangs instead now. So this is what the Tenogen Skin looks like. I think I do have another song on this Octavia, but I'm not gonna concentrate on it, obviously. But yeah, so those are her three skins. But you'll notice, depending on which skin you have or which Octavia you have, her resonator ball will be different. So I think they did that intentionally just so we would notice that it was a little different detail. But that's pretty much the only difference they're gonna have, literally. So, yeah. So anyways, guys, let's have our jam section with my regular Octavia. Actually, let's go fill up our energy first. I totally came down here without doing that, stupid me. Oh, that's loud. Alright. And this Octavia, actually, her song lurks a certain way. So I actually have to put it in a certain order. I believe it's bass first, so that's her resonator. Then her mallet. Then her metronome. Yeah, so I was right. So I'm gonna do it again, guys, this time, and I'll be quiet. But now let me know what song you guys hear. This is actually one of my most favorite songs, so. Alright, there you guys have it. So, I want you guys to give me a guess of what songs they were. And then now I'm going to reveal what they actually were. So, if you guys are music knowledgeable in any way, you would probably have gotten this one a lot easier than the other one. But I'm going to show you now what the best part of her is. And it is, let's go into our arsenal. And when you have Octavia, you want to go to her appearance. Then you want to go, you'll see there's another option on the bottom there that says mana chord. So, let's push that right now. And as you guys can see, we are on the mana chord. So this is what made Octavia so fun to use. So this is an actual physical device you actually get when you have Octavia. It's just automatically put into your inventory. You'll notice it when you go into your inventory. It's an actual physical device. And it's just default with Octavia, just because she's makes music. That's what she does. And this is the screen that you'll go to make your custom music. So, obviously, like I told you guys, all my Octavias have custom music on them. I do not have the default song on any of my Octavias. Just because I find it super fun to actually try to make a song and add a song to her that sounds awesome. Believe it or not, but Hooven, she actually has the Imperial March on her Octavia. So, you can do any song you pretty much can think of for Octavia. And I actually follow a YouTuber. I think his name is Buffon or something like that. But he makes mana chord songs for Octavia. And he does custom songs. He can do, they're all real songs too. He's done anime songs, he's done rock songs, he's done pop songs. He's done a lot of awesome songs, and a lot of my songs actually come from him, but I do kind of mix up my songs a little bit, like by adding different instruments that he has on his. So you would go up here. These are all the different instruments. You'd click on one, and these are all her instrument packs, guys. Once you buy one, you'll have it forever. This one is the one that came with Octavia Prime. So this is her newest one. This is her newest one in a long time we've gotten. So it was a big deal when it was announced with her. So, but as you guys can see, that's all of them. Once you buy one, you have them for each and every type of instrument. So you have one for melody, you have one for the bass, you have one for the percussion, excuse me. And pretty much, yeah, as you guys can tell, this is pretty much built like a soundboard, sort of. So you can like mute a certain piece of the song. So let's mute the melody, for example. And you can also mute the percussion and the bass, and so you can mix a whole freaking song right here for Octavia, just messing with this. And obviously I promised you guys I would show you guys what song this was and here's my song list, guys. And as you guys can see, I have a few songs you might recognize, and this one specifically on this Octavia is actually Bring Me to Life. And on my Octavia Prime right now, the song I have on her is this one. So, there you guys have it. So, if you guys got those songs right, awesome job. Like I said, I think you guys probably would have gotten my regular Octavia a lot faster than my Prime one. But, as you guys can see, these are all my custom songs. And we also have the default. So this is what her song sounds like normally. And that is her default pack she came with. So that was her Ados, I think they're called. Adu instruments is what it's called. So that's her default pack. That's the music she will come with, just default if you get her normal. Except if you have Prime, she will have this one. And as you guys can see, the Bombast one is kind of more like hip-hop, rap, you know, kind of touch. So that one's kind of fun. I'm kind of glad they added that, actually, honestly, because we can make a lot of cool songs with it, probably. But I do have two of the more common songs you'll find on her. Megalovania. People love putting that on her. I've heard it before. Another one, Bites the Dust, is one of my personal favorites. I know one of my viewers loves that song when I put it on her, so. But this is what literally makes Octavia so awesome, because, I mean, yeah, she causes damage and she helps her allies, but she also has this, I mean, a built-in soundboard that you can mess with, which is super crazy. Who would have thought? But, yeah, guys. So, just so you guys are aware, and I'm actually going to go back to my Octavia Prime, just because I love my Octavia Prime. And I'm actually going to pull out my other Octavia. Because I like how she looks as well. And yeah, you guys know how I am. I have to change all my stuff. Otherwise it bothers me. But, anyways, guys. There is your lowdown on Octavia. And now you guys know why everyone loves her. Just because she is awesome. I mean, she is probably one of the best crowd control frames in a game. And also the fact she's just fun to use. I mean, come on, who wants someone fun to use? But, anyways, guys, thank you for joining me. And I think I will put us out with a epic song that everyone should know by now. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't mind me, I'm gonna just jam.